Embarking on a journey through the spiritual epicenter of Nepal offers yoga practitioners a profound connection to the timeless nature of their practice, delving into a nexus of traditions that transcend the physical postures of modern yoga. Nepal's rich tapestry of spiritual heritage, held with the presence of the majestic Himalaya, provides an unparalleled backdrop for deepening one's yogic path. The Himalayas have long been revered as the abode of sages, rishis, yogis, and a sanctuary for those seeking the highest spiritual attainment. This mountain range is not just a geographical marvel, but a symbol of the aspirant's journey toward higher consciousness. The serene environment fosters inner reflection, making it an ideal setting for profound yogic unfoldment, maturation, and practice. Many sites we will be visiting during the forthcoming Nectar of Nepal yoga pilgrimage this October will echo the teachings of ancient yogic traditions. Beginning in Kathmandu, October 4th, you'll have a same-day transfer included from the international airport to our accommodation, Vajra Hotel. This is a mid-range stay nestled within the foothills of Swayambhunath Stupa. Swayambhu is one of the most sacred pilgrimage sites of Nepal. The stupa's iconography is deeply rooted in the Vajrayana tradition of Newar Buddhism, reflecting intricate symbolism and rituals unique to the Newar cultural heritage. It attracts Buddhists of all traditions, along with reverence from Hindu devotees as well. And interestingly, Newar Buddhism is a form of Vajrayana, which is tantric Buddhism, that has been practiced by the Newar people for centuries. It incorporates esoteric rituals, mandala systems, deity yoga, and tantric practices. So significantly, it preserves Sanskrit-based texts over Tibetan, which further connects it to the Indian Buddhist and Hindu traditions. And I believe rituals are still also performed in Sanskrit. So both Buddhist and Hindu deities are worshipped there. And Newar Buddhism also includes household priestly traditions, largely alongside a monastic lineage. It's very much unique in its integration of Hindu influence and hereditary priestly structure. It could be said to be a surviving example of Indian Vajrayana Buddhism. The stupa itself, as per all stupas that we will be visiting in October, holds incredible meaning in its architecture and design. The Swayambhu complex consists of the main stupa, famous visually for its white and gold and paintings of Buddha's eyes and eyebrows, looking in all four cardinal directions. The dome at the base represents the entire world, for example, and then there are various pinnacles which symbolize the stages of spiritual realization to reaching that highest of enlightenment. The stupa is surrounded by intricate shrines, and every day pilgrims are seen completing the clockwise circumambulations of the stupa, which we will be potentially doing there or at another stupa on the same day. Of course, there is a tremendous amount of greater symbolism and details than what I've shared that we will be exploring and that will unfold during our immersion in Nepal together. Note that where we will be staying, there is a yoga shala, so together we will enjoy a practice steeped in the potent energy, staying right near a place of such spiritual significance and history that is well and truly alive today in a continued living tradition. So while in Kathmandu, we will be visiting the World Heritage site of Durbar Square. So it's said to be like somewhat stepping back in time. The square reflects exquisite craftsmanship with various temples. Most noteworthy, which you may have seen as a visual, the well-known Kal Bhairava temple and richly detailed stone carving or sculpture, colourful one, that you can see on my webpage. And Kal Bhairava is considered to be that fierce, powerful form of Lord Shiva, the Lord of Yogi, the first yogi, and particularly popular within the Agori sects, those who contemplate death. He represents the impermanence of life, of all things. He is a guardian and very much worshipped within Shaivism and Vajrayana, Tantric Buddhism. And devotees honor and worship this form of Shiva to seek protection from negativity, potential enemies, external dangers, and general obstacles on the spiritual path. So we will also visit the Grand Bodhanath Stupa, filled with consecrated relics. It's massive. Mandala makes it the largest spherical stupa in Nepal and certainly one of the largest in the world. Tibetan Buddhism is intrinsically connected specifically to the Bodha stupa. The stupa, interestingly, the stupa itself is considered as the embodiment of the enlightened mind of all the Buddhas. So even an aerial view of the stupa grounds reflects the exceptional dedication to sacred architecture and geometry. It's incredible. So then in the evening, we will also visit Pashupatinath temple. So foreigners are not actually allowed inside the sanctum, but you can certainly walk around the complex area. And this intense and transformative place is where you will witness the cremation ghats of Kathmandu, situated on the Bagmati River. And Pashupati is a supremely significant site for the Nath yogis and Agoris. The temple traces back to the 5th century at the very least. So inside the sanctum is a 4-faced Shiva lingam, and the complex also has over 500 smaller shrines. And it's believed that those who are cremated here achieve moksha, or liberation from the cycles of rebirth. So from samsara, samsara being an idea from both Buddhist and Hindu traditions. So nearby we will visit the Gorakhnath temple, which is located at Pashupati, constructed in this beautiful Shikara architectural style with a towering spire and very, very intricate carvings. The temple itself is dedicated to Gorakhnath, who is or was a Nath yogi, considered to be the founder of Hatha Yoga, and certainly a pivotal figure in the ascetic Shaivite traditions or lineages. So for any modern postural yoga practitioner, there is a real noteworthy connection here to the physical techniques we know of, such as some of the earliest asana, certainly mudras and kriyas. So then we will be aiming to enjoy the evening arti at Pashupati. If you're not familiar, arti is this beautiful ritual of worship that is always done on a river with ghee lamps and mantra and so forth. It's just mesmerizing, so mystical and powerful. And then moving on from Kathmandu, after our time in Kathmandu, we'll be taking a very short flight to Pokhara and then immediately being driven straight to the mountains, to Gandrak. This is the largest Garang village, and the Garangs are a Nepalese ethnic group who live in the Himalayan foothills. Gandrak is very close to the Annapurna range, super famous for trekking. So we will be exploring the nearby Jindudanda area, crossing over a picturesque suspension bridge, huge bridge that hangs across the valley there. I think it's about 287 meters long, stands about 135 meters above the ground. And in addition, we will relish in a dip in the hot springs nestled in the Himalaya mountains, so good for the body. And our stay in Gandrak, weather permitting, will offer us the most spectacular views of the Himalaya, of that Annapurna range. I do believe we will be also able to enjoy a rooftop yoga practice, just immersed in that steady gaze of the sacred mountain range. So from here, we will then be, after a couple of nights, we'll be driven back to Pokhara, which is very close by, staying at the beautiful Temple Tree Resort by the serenity of the lakeside. Here you'll have some time to relax, get a massage. We might also immerse in another yoga practice together here, and you can stroll around the lake and enjoy the local businesses. And then the following day, so day 6 at this point, we will enjoy a boat ride and a beautiful walk up to the stunning Peace Pagoda. It's white and gold. It's just gorgeous, that offers incredible views of the lake and the mountain landscapes off in the distance. And then on day 7, we'll catch a morning flight back to Kathmandu to stay at the nearby area of Patan. And this is considered a heritage royal city, also hosting that very grand Newar architecture. We've seen a lot of posters and things advertising Kathmandu in Nepal. So we will visit the Hiranya Varna Mahavihar, the Golden Temple. And this is a Buddhist monastery which was built, it's argued, but around 12th century approximately, in a very Nepalese style, notably different to the local Hindu temples in the area. And this Golden Temple hosts both Buddhist sculptures alongside Hindu sculptures and art, such as we see Vishnu, Shiva, Vasuki, the king of serpents, and Ganapati or Ganesh. Most of the temple here, I believe, is made actually with polished copper, which gives it that luminosity, that golden shine, alongside a number of really stunning large brass sculptures. So during our time here in Patan, also we will visit the local Kumbeshwar temple, one of the oldest Hindu temples in Nepal, dedicated also to Lord Shiva, with a large Nandi, the bull, Shiva's vehicle, Vahana, facing the temple, of course, facing Shiva. It is a freestanding 5-story structure with really fine wooden carvings, just incredibly impressive. And in the same vicinity, like that same complex of Kumbeshwar, we will head to the Bagalamukhi temple, dedicated to goddess Bagalamukhi, who is one of the tantric Mahavidyas. So she is a tantric goddess associated with the power of speech and restraint. So usually she's associated with the colors of yellow and gold, and she is known for commanding the breath and the tongue, suggesting control over our words and also taste what we eat. She is thereby related to the practices of Hatha Yoga with respect to the restraint and thereby the steadiness of breath, of movement. I also think of like Kachari Mudra, this mudra of the tongue that holds great importance in Hatha Yoga teachings and tradition, and certainly practice. So holding the tongue of the demon, Bagalamukhi enables essentially a break in our habitual thoughts and speech, and therefore actions in the world. So like when we are no longer occupied with the constant internal chatter, that often misinforms our words and our speech and our actions, when we steady that, we can reach that inner voice of intuition. And from this state, this stillness, that more inward-oriented focus, our speech and actions are more clear and grounded and intentional. So the plan is also to hopefully enjoy the evening arti here at Bagalamukhi Temple for our final evening together. So that is the general overview of the profound experience we will be having. Note that breakfast is included each morning. Many lunches and dinners are also included, which will often, be flavorsome local and traditional dishes and meals. And our final morning, you will have same-day transfers included back to Kathmandu International Airport. Rooms are twin share all across the week together. There is the limited option to upgrade to single room based on availability. At this time of recording, almost all single rooms are gone, so just check in with me, please. There's still a couple left. A tourist visa will be required, and travel insurance is always strongly advised. Please don't hesitate to check out the frequently asked questions on the Nectar of Nepal Yoga Pilgrimage webpage, and there are some other important notes there as well to support you in your planning. And I hope that you will join this intimate group to be taken beyond the trekking tourism of Nepal and into the nectar that this rich and often overlooked location of yogic culture and customs and techniques holds for you. A deposit of 900 Australian dollars is required to confirm your place. So if you're not in Australia, please check the currency conversion online. And thank you so much for your interest and consideration in this immersive experience. It would be such a gift to have you.